Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. I hope you guys are all enjoying the daily crypto news, and if you are, make sure you support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing. It helps out a ton. And the question of today is, what's the furthest distance you've ever walked in a single day? Now, the first tweet of today comes from Cobus Lau. He says, I keep talking about this and no one pays attention. Ripple had a position open for Bank Secrecy Act. According to LinkedIn, the position is now filled. When BSA compliant, the Fed, now under Treasury, will supervise Ripple. Does Ripple or XRP need regulation? Office of Foreign Asset Control is also part of the BSA position. POTUS talk about leveling the playing field. So did Brad, but would America give up control, or would they support a American company solving a real problem with a real asset that can enforce sanction on whoever needs? With a world in lockdown, who has the power to bring all of this together? What better time than now? This power will put one president in control of the whole world. Galgatron would like to discuss this with you. So bottom line, if the POTUS choose Ripple and XRP, they will have pipeline to connect all assets. All the world's currency comes to one place. Full control over sanctions against rebel countries, not joining the OWG. Full control of the system. You know, it's one of the theories here out there that's gotten a lot of attention, and I think a lot of people are supporting of this. So I thought Kobus here deserves a little bit of a shout out because it's an interesting find, an interesting theory, and I definitely think some people will agree / like what he has to say. So I thought I should share this with you guys. Gonna give him a little follow right there for finding something like that. But again, if this is not your personal opinion, doesn't matter. Just stay watching, guys, because we always look at different views, different opinions, and all the crypto news I can find. So, little step back to the theory of yesterday, which was apparently something big is happening tonight at midnight. Well, it's been midnight. We're a little bit further, and nothing has happened yet. Kind of showcasing to us that this guy and the rest of them full of shizzle, at least up till now. I have not seen anything happen just quite yet. So I'm just kind of labeling them as of yet as just attention seekers because nothing really happened, which was to be expected, but I just wanted to confirm. Then Ripple is doing a very good job with ODL, and we can see here liquidity index for BTC markets, XRP Australian dollar, 28-day moving trend is just ramping up again. Current index is again another new all-time high, and we're just breaking it after breaking it. And as I told you guys before, it's just a matter of time before this is at 100 million. It's gonna happen in the split of a second. Really, guys, you just wait. It's ridiculous. And then once it hits 100 million, it's gonna be a billion, and just like that. It's going so ridiculously fast, and the volume is ramping up like crazy. You just have to, close your eyes a couple of times, and one time you open them, and it's just gonna be insane, guys. Peter Vaz says these two top analysts expect Ripple XRP to embark on a strong rally. These two top analysts, blah, 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 blah. XRP to outpace Bitcoin. Luke Martin says, I don't know how and I don't know why, but this is what I expect for XRP to BTC, basically stating XRP is going to heavily outmove Bitcoin to the upside here, and we're going to see some really crazy happen because XRP is going to go all the way to 3,751 Satoshi, which would definitely be quite a huge increase. Would definitely be interesting, but there's a couple of halts before we ever get to test that position. But it's the broader theory here. This is not a one-day thing. It's actually a monthly thing he expects it to happen for. So there is some more legitimacy to this than a lot of the other price predictions we're seeing. But still, it's far away, and it's a vague theory. You know, it's not vague in the sense of it's ununderstandable, but yeah, the chance of it happening is not that great, right? That's the reason I'm saying vague. It's not necessarily a this is gonna happen period. It's just like another 50-50 bet, which is nothing in crypto space. There's some other talks here. Don't bet on it, which is again talking about altcoins outperforming the leader, which is Bitcoin. Don't bet on that, which is of course not what we're doing. What that is stating is you're betting on an altcoin to go better than the main coin, even though the main coin right now has 65% dominance, meaning that most likely this will be the market leader, which will be the coin that is going to showcase the direction. And what happens in traditional bull runs, in crypto at least, Bitcoin goes up like crazy. A lot of people sell their alts to get into the Bitcoin run. And then after a while, people have gotten so much profit in Bitcoin that they're betting on some alts. They've gotten more money now. They're like, all right, let me try some other ways to make even more money. And eventually that leads up to a big run because a lot of people decide to buy alts, which then all decide to go up or go up because of all the demand. And that's when you see some crazy, crazy movements and a big all-around bull run. But most of the time, it relies on Bitcoin to rush up first. So when you're expecting altcoins to rally crazier than Bitcoin, you're expecting a ridiculously rare event because most of the time it doesn't happen. And even if it does, it will not be a sustained run because that would mean Bitcoin will first rise to a new point before then moving over into alts. That's happened every time up till now. It's happened sometimes that altcoins run without Bitcoin running, but it's not a sustained movement then. It's just a small term or a short term thing. James Rule XRP posted on Twitter, I am digging at imf.org and finding all kinds of information on XRP and Ripple. I'm including 2 links. Be sure to check them out. There is a ton of information, XRapid, FinTech, etc. And you can see here there's one link of IMF and second link of the IMF. Many .pdf representations or presentations. Bingo IMF. You know what's in front of you, XRP. And haven't checked it out too much exactly what he has stated here. Reason for that is I think there's still a lot of work. Even if I press it, I have to check a couple of things. But the one point is that this deserves attention in my opinion. People who dig, people who look up stuff, people who try to find out these miscellaneous things that might be connected and whatnot. There's such an awful amount of work involved that I really respect what they do. That's again why I think James here deserves a shout out, because that's just amazing. You know, people take their time to try to link things together, which is so awfully difficult because there's superficially no link quite yet. You have to look for one and find one. That's really MVP type of stuff. And again, that's why he actually gets a follow back. He deserves it to the fullest. Really great job. And again, I can press it real quick. Let's see if there is something we can easily see. There's a search done here for Ripple. You can find there's quite a lot of stuff which does include it. You can see just how much it is. Second link here. Let's quickly check it out as well. This is the search for XRP, which only has one part in it. Presentation by Sagar Sarbai, Ripple, November 13, 2018. Long time ago, representation of XRapid. And I think now there's more. Yes, here we go. A couple more ones. This most likely is not XRP anymore. I think this is just, maybe it has XRP somewhere in there, because this is 2004. Just quickly gonna press it. Okay, we'll check it out later because I have to open it like that. But I want to check if there's XRP inside here or if there's just like a name or something like that has XRP. Because I don't know why it says here 1. Oh, it's page 1. All right, so is there XRP in this article out of 2004? I think that's an interesting thing to look at. Very interesting thing to look at. Could be something else though, we don't know for sure. But yeah, again, big shout out to James here for looking up this type of stuff. It's something so superficial to just look on the IMF website for some links and things. But yeah, you still have to think about it and do it. So really good job. A. Pompliano put on Twitter, exactly 3 weeks ago, Warren Buffett told Yahoo Finance that he would not be selling airline stocks. Today, Berkshire Hathaway revealed that they are selling some of their airline stocks. Risk can catch up to anyone, and even the best can be forced to quickly change their minds. So, a little bit ago, Warren Buffett said, we are not selling airline stocks, right? Why did they do that? Because airline stocks were really looking to drop like crazy because of no flights and because of all the FUD and all this pandemic and whatnot. And airlines is really a luxurious thing. on the one hand, but also a thing that can only happen in great health, right? Everybody needs to be healthy because you're in a kind of an enclosed container with multiple people for a long time, which is a safety hazard if there's such a pandemic going on. So it was pretty obvious that those would fall, but they tried to stabilize the economy or stabilize everything by saying, we're not selling airline stocks, right? However, now that everything's been pushing through, they had to. And that's what they're selling here. That's what they're saying. And CZ says, I think his grandsons will prefer Bitcoin. But in that sense, I'm like, Warren Buffett has told us he will not be buying Bitcoin. He thinks Bitcoin is rat poison squared and whatnot. But trust it or don't trust it, there's actually a chance he might switch his perspective and his opinion. He's not as steadfast as he might have looked, because even some of the greatest minds and some of the best investors might have to switch over when shit hits the fan. And it will happen. People will be amazed with the adoption of crypto. It's just a matter of time, but it will happen. And that's, I think, when a lot of necks will turn and a lot of people will take back their words, draw them back, eat them up. Because, yeah, they didn't expect something like this to happen. And that's when people will change their minds, when there's no going around it anymore. Balaji S. Srinivas says, I don't think people realize there's no normal to go back to. At absolute minimum, supply and demand has been reallocated across the economy, with travel and events zeroed out, remote work and masks to infinity. Virus permanently changes public behavior. Definitely true. Why I'm saying that one is, it's all these public encounters, it will take, I think, a couple of years, if not maybe a decade, to really turn back to normal, because there will always be the slight risk of getting in touch with this whole virus or this whole thing again. So I think one of the best circumventions or some for this would be if there's mass like people who are against it, who have already gotten it, who are now who don't have the risk of getting it again. I don't know the English word for it. So yes, it has changed public behavior, most likely forever, but at least for now, because people are more hesitant to give you a hand and to be together. And you always think about it when you see it on television and whatnot. You always think back about this crisis and such. Supply chain disruption just starting. Well, that's a good thing. For VeChain, for example, and for some of the coins, that's a good thing. On the contrary, yeah, everything has changed in that perspective as well, right? And there's more things still en route. A lot of things will be changing. I mean, there's a lot of crises going on right now, and they will all most likely have a longer term effect. But in the end, not necessarily everything is a bad thing. It's just strange how your whole world and everything is now changing, and it's not maybe for as short of a term as you might expect. Many companies are going to go bankrupt. Many things, many stores and whatnot will be closed for a very, very long time, and thus those might change or might have to change to online things. 5G is rolling in, coming along, which might change the game as well. Might change everything as we know it again. And so many new innovations are coming while so many people are sitting at home and things are all changing. Maybe gyms will, like the workout gym, will have to do completely different things because you're all touching the same type of equipment, right? Maybe you'll have to clean everything from now on and have to wear gloves when you come in an extra suit and things like that. Maybe things will all be changing because of precaution. I don't know. But it's something to think about. And then Hades, to end it off here, says, who wants more insider information? Something big is happening on April 23rd. I will drop details of this post. Gets 500 plus retweets. And we're betting again on that this is something. Personally, don't have the highest of expectations, but whenever I can, I want to try and include these real date predictions and whatnot, because we just want to check which analysts are really, really good and have some real information, or which ones are full of shizzle. And whenever I record it, it's easier to really know what people stated when. If I don't record it, I can retweet it, but if they delete the tweet, it's kind of gone, right? But now that I record it, we'll see the date forever. And if it gets to April 23rd, nothing happens, well, we can just block him, like we should be blocking this guy. But I'm waiting for it a little bit. Yep, I'm waiting for it because theoretically, he just said apparently something big is happening tonight. He didn't say, hey guys, this is happening. He just kind of quoted these guys, right, who said something big is going to be happening. So in that theory, I should be going and blocking these two guys at least. But yeah, Maybe they're talking about completely different events, not related to crypto at all. Could definitely be the case as well. Maybe some happen on the low, which we're not seeing. Could be happening. But guys, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. There's a lot of videos coming today, so make sure you subscribe. See you guys again in another one.